David Goad. David Goad. David Goad. It can't be that simple. It can't be that simple. David Goad.
When my dad hired a fishing guide for our weekend trip to Lake Cumberland, I thought, is it really necessary to hire a guide for fishing? I walked down this long dock in the chilly morning fog, clutching my coffee. When I stepped off the dock in a little charter boat, I met our guide for the first time. He was hunched over the bait bucket, wearing a yellow raincoat, and his face looked like a cross between Forrest Gump and Yoda. He said, "Hi folks, I'm Captain Gerald Bates and I'll be taking y'all out today." I just couldn't help myself. I pulled out my phone and I said, "Well, country boy, I probably have more knowledge about fishing in this little phone than you've learned in your whole life." He didn't miss a beat. "Well, I hope you got it memorized, because there ain't no cell service out on the lake." Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, have you ever been terrified by those words, no cell service? Well, Captain Bates was a simple, slow-moving man. He even chewed his nicotine gum 1 chew per second. And I said, "Captain Bates, I can see that you're a simple countryman, but I'm from the high-speed world of high-tech. I live on this device. In fact, you may be a professional fishing guide, but I'm going to school you." He took the challenge. As we left the dock, I pulled out my phone again. I said, "Okay, I'm just going to Google the weather here. It is 43 degrees, wind coming at 10 miles an hour out of the northwest, and only a 20% chance of rain." Captain Bates just looked off the distance and said, "Well, according to those dark clouds forming over there, it's going to rain by noon." And my wife's lumbago's acting up, so it might be hail. Okay, I'm going to trust the technology on this one. We start trolling out of the harbor, and I decided to launch another little salvo in this battle of wits, and I said, "Captain Bates, I've got an app that can tell you exactly how deep the water is under the boat. In fact, it uses GPS, topographical maps, and statistical data to show that it's exactly 7.5 feet deep right here." Well, according to the red line on that dock over there, it's only 5. My dad, who had so far stayed out of this battle of wits, decided to jump in. He goes, "Now, Gerald here's a 2-time Kentucky State fishing champion, and he's been guiding on the lake for over 20 years. I'm like, how smart can this guy be? And he named his company Happy Hillbilly Fishing Guides. So he gets us out to his favorite fishing spot, and he puts 6 rods out into the water to drag behind the boat. He said, "Okay, I'm going to tell you when the fish is on, and you go over and take your turn, grab the rod, and reel it in." I wasn't really listening to him because I'd already watched YouTube videos on striper fishing. I knew what I was doing. So I watched my little rod tip bounce a couple of times real fast. And I reached for it, and Bates said, "Leave it." No, I got this. "Leave it be." He said, "Striper don't fool with it. When he takes it, he'll know it." So I decided to do it my way. And for the next 30 minutes, my dad was catching fish after fish. And I was catching a cold. So I'm out in the back of the boat, sulking. Then I looked over at this guy, I realized I'd never seen anybody more at peace with themselves. I mean, shoot, this guy gets to go fishing every day and get paid for it. Life can't be that simple, can it? Hey, Captain Bates, got a question for you. Can I ask you a question? I mean, it looks like you just did. No, seriously. How be so happy all the time? Well, secret to happiness is not being too concerned about what's going on around you. It's just that simple. I just saw the sunrise earlier that morning, but it just now dawned on me. Captain Bates may have been a self-professed hillbilly, but he was not stupid. He was blissfully uncomplicated. So I decided to try it his way. And I waited for my rod tip to bend all the way down. And he said, "Fish on, get it!" I set that hook, and I fought in 25-pound striper, huge fish. The first of many that day. And by the time we wound up the day, I had to look over to him and say, "Captain Bates, gotta give you respect. Looks like you do know what you're doing." He said, "You bet your bass I do." When I got back to civilization, I thought a lot about what Captain Bates taught me. We face a lot of opportunities during our day for real human connection. What if you could dismiss all the things happening around you and focus on the one thing that's right in front of you? And I'm not talking about your phone. Maybe it is just that simple. Mr. Toastmaster.